Welcome to Settled on the Field. We're halfway through the Olympics. The USA is taking the world by storm. Right now, we have 86 medals, and Sarah
Dominating.
Hildebrand's about to get us another gold here to add to our 24 we already have.
Leading in gold.
So the People's Republic of China, just looking back, they're done. We got them. 86 American medals, 24 of them are the bright, shiny gold ones.
Ooh, we are kicking ass, I gotta say.
Okay. If I pull it up right now, Reese'sMedalCount.com, who will be the medal lead? Us? Or
Yeah.
someone, huh?
I think like when at the end?
No, like as of right now. Just right now.
I think us. USA.
6,
USA.
China 59, Australia 35.
Okay.
Well, how's France doing?
Not bad. 48.
They're in fourth.
Okay.
How cool would it be to win a gold medal, though, in your home country? 13 French gold medals.
The swimmer from France is the show.
Yes.
Like, you take Snoop out of it, he is the show.
I haven't even seen my boy Flava Flav at all.
Oh, he's been
in there? I mean, I've seen him on Twitter, but I haven't seen him like on TV much.
No, he's been at random events. He's been at all the water polo.
Water polo to me is probably, I was going to go on a limb and say it's the most impressive sport. Most
impressive, really?
Yes. Like,
why do you say?
Well, first of all, you got to tread water, you got to swim, you got to do all. It's a team. I'm deciding I don't like these individual sports. I like team sports. And
okay.
These guys and girls are out there, and for instance, one person that I'm basing this all on is he's at the top of the key, whatever the term is, and he's up. Like his waist is above the water, so he's kicking like this, just waiting for the defender to get tired, fall down, and then he's like, "Oh, I got an even shot." Fires it.
Yeah. All right. Now, I will say that is impressive. You can't touch the bottom, but just the same as my favorite, which is synchronized swimming. And that is some bad mamma jammas in there. Like, they cannot touch the bottom. They somehow like fly up out of the water. They're holding each other up and not touching the bottom. They're all in sync. They're all like just... they're amazing. And you're underwater and your feet are doing the same thing. You know, I mean, it's just fun to me to watch, but there's more of that to come. They haven't done much of that.
I like the team sports as well. But the individual stuff's really neat. I mean, the golf was amazing. If you saw any of the golf, Scotty Scheffler was like 6 back with 7 holes to go or something crazy like that and came back and won.
I saw a picture of him looking like ragged. Like
he just got arrested at Valhalla like 3 months ago.
He was on that baguette.
Yeah, that's in jail one day, winning a gold the next.
Yeah. But so water polo and handball are the same sport.
Same sport, just
one's in the water.
Now, when I saw handball, I think we looked into some sport. I saw handball. I was thinking handball like racquetball, like you're in the gym, like you're 1987 and this old guy with a headband. Handball. But the sport of handball is amazing. I'm pretty sure the 3 of us and 2 other people could go compete. Because how could you miss? How could you possibly ever miss?
I don't know, but I would like to play. That would be fun to put a little handball tournament together.
The goalie ratio to the net and how close you can get, and you can fire it in there. There's no way you could miss.
They go nuts when the goalie saves something because he never saves anything.
Exactly.
Okay, so I was thinking about this. What sport, besides handball, do you think we could get each of our kids involved in today? Our youngest kids, we'll say. Sure. And be in the Olympics in 2028. Well, what's 8 years from now? 32.
Yeah, we gotta start thinking about it.
8 years from now, Ian will be 21 and Leo will be 16, and everyone else is in between.
It's real easy for me.
What?
If you want to win, if your goal in life is to win a gold medal, which I could probably question you on that as being your goal in the first place, because you're ruining your entire childhood and life unless you do win it. Then you want to be in dressage. You want to rely on the horse. Just ride the horse. You do nothing but ride a horse, and the horse clowns, and you go out there and you're like, I won a medal. Really,
I was personally going to say kayak cross because we've got East Race right there. Why aren't we sending one of our kids to do this?
grounds are here.
The training grounds are right there. One of these kids needs to go do that.
Ping pong. Ping pong.
That would be
possible.
Ping pong is.
I mean, you think about
you play it every single day.
Huh?
When you played, you got good after like.
That's true.
If you were just playing frequently,
you can improve vastly for sure.
Right. I guarantee if I spent a month playing ping pong every day for 3 hours, I would beat everybody in South Bend, and they have a dude in the Olympics somewhere. One of the coaches.
Hey. Okay. Well, there you go.
Annie Drews volleyball went to Penn.
Yeah.
And then also I'm gonna blow at the tomorrow. This won't be posted yet, but the girl from Penn is about to wrestle for the gold medal.
Really? And Cole Hoker of Cathedral High School, who was the underdog. He wasn't even in the top 5 of the 1500. Blew everyone away. Gold medal.
It's right down the street.
Boom. Gold medal. No big deal. No big deal.
I ran by my house before.
Indiana is representing.
Well, the easiest. Well, I'm going to ask, what would be the most difficult? You've started when you were 3. You just know, then you're just not going to make it. What's that one?
I mean, gymnastics has got to be up there. What else?
Gymnastics is rough. I mean, you take 5 or 6 people, and one's an alternate, and so 4 people. I mean, 4,
the alternate gets a gold medal.
Well, of course.
I mean, it's kind of like she probably feels bad, almost like I don't even want to. I would be like, I don't even want this damn medal. I didn't do anything. I mean, yes, she practiced hard and all that. But do you think you feel like awkward being up there on the stand if you didn't actually get to compete?
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, just think of like the backup goal.
Right. I mean, she had to work her. I'm not trying to diminish her work. She had to work her butt off. It's just once you got there, like
string people that win Super Bowls, like you never see.
Right. It's just kind of disappointing. I'm sure she's slightly disappointed she didn't get in for something.
I think the hardest to me is badminton for 2 reasons. First of all,
birdie.
I think it's the hardest. You got that old 13 goose feather shuttlecock flying through the air. And if you watch them, it's like they're like a major league pitcher because they can whack it as hard as they can all the time, but sometimes they give you some touch.
Oh, a little dink,
Sometimes they give you that volley. Sometimes they give you the spike, and it's coming at you at different speed. And it's like, man, how do these people do that? That's amazing. South Korea, I seen the South Korea women's team. She won gold.
Sarah Hildebrand, that's the wrestler from Penn.
Represent.
She's in the gold medal.
Get it. All right, now I'm going to watch that. When's that in?
I believe tomorrow.
Well, this might be completely wrong, but didn't they just name a women's wrestling coach at Penn?
And it's her. I think it's her sister or her. It's her old coach, and I think it's her sister.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I thought I heard that name, and it's part of that story.
Yeah.
Well, we would be remiss if we don't talk about the event that we've been talking about for about 6 months. Okay, and it did not point.
The hundo.
The hundo. Okay, first of all, you.
I mean, he just did. It was so close.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, I don't want to blow it for you. Okay.
It was under 10 seconds.
I know. I feel bad for the people that. Not one of those people was behind. So the craziest part to me was the start. They played some crazy music, anticipatory music for like 5 minutes. And they're all just showing their faces. They're stretching. They're jumping. They're getting ready. And I am freaking out just watching. Yeah. Like, how do you not, jump the gun after all that pomp and circumstance?
I don't know. So, there's the picture that I think you sent us on Twitter. Is the fastest man in the world is right here. It's separated by 0.005, 100th of a second. The guy who doesn't even medal is right there.
It's so sad.
Any other
it's so
year,
disappointing.
Other than Usain Bolt, and you would have been the fastest person in the world, and now you didn't even medal.
Yeah, that was a crazy, just awesome. I love, and somebody said, I don't remember, he won by a clavicle. And they were just saying, the other thing that was crazy was how Noah Lyles was literally in last for the first 50 meters.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just, I mean, he just
basically said
is,
the only
he's a
time
finisher.
the only time he led was that last 0.005 hundredths of a second.
Yeah, what, like,
When it
oh my
counted.
God. They were like, he knows how to do the lean. He's got the lean down. Technique. So I'm excited to see the 200. I hope he does that.
Bringing it home.
That's going to be exciting. I think that's Thursday.
All the track has been really cool.
It's been really good.
Okay, what about that women's hundo? You watch that one?
Sha'Carri got knocked out.
Dude,
Sha'Carri?
She got silver, man. That's nothing.
I mean, yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at at all.
At first, I think she was a little disappointed, but I think she like realized everything she's been through, and now she got the silver medal. Like,
yeah, like still.
And the next night to see what happened in the men, right? Like, it makes that all that much more impressive.
Absolutely, yeah,
right.
Yeah, but Sha'Carri like dusted everybody in her prelim heat. And I wonder if that kind of gave her, maybe she was a little too confident, because I mean, she won by I would say a mile, but she won by like 10 meters. It was something crazy. So I don't know, that could give you a little bit of too much confidence going into that race when
When I realized she came in second, I was like, okay, I saw the celebrations in St. Lucia. I'm like, that girl, like, she had the race.
That's so cool.
I don't have her name, so hopefully someone can pull that up. Like, she showed up, she won the Hondo, and I just couldn't help but think of like my pet peeves of some of the announcing and some of the caging of all this. It's like, if you don't win the gold, you're a loser.
Yeah, that is sometimes that can be the vibe.
Sha'Carri and Noah are gonna go win the gold. Here's our two people in every commercial, and it's like, but if you don't win the gold, then you're some sort of letdown. But dude, she's fast. She's not like she didn't win the silver. I don't know how to.
Yeah. Is it Julian Alfred?
There you go, Julian.
Julian Alfred from St. Lucia, to be the very first and only person to ever medal from your country. Like, oh my gosh, she's gonna have like.
We're going crazy.
They will be statues and streets named after her. She's a legend already.
So, what sport is the very last gold medal handed out in?
Weightlifting.
The team sport.
Team sport.
Well, it's like, okay, so I'm not going to give you the answer because I don't know it, but there are some of these sports that have so many games and brackets and pools, and you don't know what stage they're in. Soccer?
Yes, I was going to say soccer or basketball.
So it is basketball. It's the women's basketball gold medal is the last one.
Oh, wow.
Before that is the water polo men's. And then before that is, like Bill said, who knows what's going on in this event. Omnium point race, 4 of 4 in the cycling track.
So a cycling event.
Because right before that is the men's current final in cycling tracks.
I feel
There's so many. There's so many.
A little bit more whittling down before we take people to the Olympics. To be like, just show me the top 8 people in the world, and let's have 2 days. Like, boom, boom, prelims, final, and then I would be interested in every single thing. You have a 64, and it's like badminton's been going for 3 weeks, dude. I don't know what's going on. It's just still on my TV, and I'm confused.
Yeah, and then like with soccer and the World Cup, like to me, the World Cup is such a big deal that you just don't get the hype out of the Olympics with soccer.
Yeah,
it's like same thing to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That's just my idea. But so I will say today I watched the women's floor routine. This was kind of crazy. Did you guys see this by any chance?
No,
so the women's artistic gymnastics floor routine. Of course, Simone's been like killing it in every event, and the Brazilian girl, Rebecca Andrade, she's been so close. She's like gotten a bronze. She's maybe gotten a silver. She's lost a couple times. And so she actually pulled it out and got the gold, and that was like actually, and she did awesome. Like she stuck her landings. It was so cool. Simone went, she still did really awesome, but just didn't quite stick her landing. She's got a calf injury. But there were two girls tied, the exact same for bronze. And then the USA girl, Jordan
Childs.
Thank you. Jordan Childs went, and it was like, okay, she did really good. What's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And Jordan Childs came in fourth behind these two girls that were tied. The two girls were tied, said they wanted them to reassess so that one of them could be the winner. Neither of them ended up winning, and Jordan Childs came in and took the bronze.
Oh, that's kind of.
And she ended up winning because they rewatched all of the events, and she won. It was awesome because Jordan was like, okay, I lost. Like she was really disappointed. And it was like 5 minutes later, they changed it. And I've never seen that happen. Have you guys? That was amazing.
It's like when Andy Sharp and I were judging the floor routine in 11-year-old YMCA gymnastics.
It is like that. You were like, we need a relook at this one.
And did you see at the medal ceremony, the girl from Brazil was up there and the two Americans were on the side and they were bowing to her?
Yeah, it was really cool. That was really nice.
Really good in many events.
Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of the same scenario. Like if you were running against Usain Bolt, we just happen to be up against the best gymnast of all time. If we weren't, we would be getting gold.
I saw the men's floor routine, and there was this a gentleman from Israel, and he did like the best performance I ever saw. And I'm like, it's got to be whatever the highest score you can have. It's got to be like either right there or point something below. And he got a great score, and it was like almost 15, right? Whatever. I think that might be the highest. The next two people just absolutely did that much better. They knocked him out of it. I'm like, wow.
You're right.
And he's like an older dude. He's not like 22, he's like 30.
Yeah, that was his last gymnastics event. I still haven't seen the rings. I'm still holding out hope for the men on the rings. You have?
Yeah, men's rings.
I've been literally waiting for the men's rings. I don't know why I'm so hyped about it because it just looks so. To me, that looks very hard. That looks like that. What do they do? I mean, besides, do they just like hold to the side, hold down?
They do the hold to the side. They do the hold with their biceps like this. They do where it's straight down, and then their body's like in a push-up position. They do flippity flip. I mean, it's around and around, dismounting. It's impressive for sure. They just stop. They're going, and then they'll stop and be like perfectly holding. On a push-up, stand-up, push-up.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. The modern pentathlon.
What makes it
modern?
Tell me what the modern pentathlon.
Oh, 5 events.
Yeah.
Pretty modern.
Throwing the
don't have a clue.
So they do athletics, equestrian.
Fencing. What is athletics? The whole thing is athletics.
Sort of track and field. So athletics, equestrian, fencing, shooting, and swimming. There's your rings.
Fencing, that looks awesome.
Fencing, shooting, swimming. That's some James Bond stuff. What are the other two?
Fencing, shooting, swimming. I like that. Athletics.
Equestrian.
And equestrian, yes. Very James Bond.
James Bond training. I didn't know they had this.
How about the one dude that was in the shooting event that was just had on he rolled out of bed in his sweatpants, lit everybody up. Said he took it up because his ex-wife made him mad. And then he said, if you're watching this, his ex-wife.
He did not say this.
Dog back. No, he didn't.
He did.
Oh. Shut up. Post-shooting interview. He said, hey, Missy, if you're watching this, I want my dog back.
I gotta see that. That's awesome.
You gotta send me. Are you serious?
What their personal situation is, but that's awesome for him.
I did see some memes like saying that he's, an assassin or whatever. And now I understand a little bit better because he's about to go. He might go. If I was his ex-wife, I would be a little concerned if I didn't give him my dog back.
That guy was pretty hyped for sure. I watched. We talked about water polo, but I watched a comeback that was really. I mean, it was Australia men's, and it was impressive because I guess you would think that Australia water polo like they'd be in the realm of being favorites, but they were
I
not.
think
I
they
think it
were
was
not.
Hungary that they beat. It ended up being 9-8. So
Okay, this is very random, but I'm just going to throw this out there. I did not know that on your iPhone, if you click the map, I must have like in the night clicked the map and it clicked the city, it clicked Budapest, and it was like, click to do a flyover. And so I did a flyover of Budapest and it was awesome. I was like, I have no idea what Budapest looks like. I've never looked into it.
fly
And
over
on your
Indianapolis.
on your phone you can do a flyover of like any city, and that's just a random tidbit for you there. And I literally did this at like 4 a.m because I hit my phone, woke up, I was like, what the hell is this? Did a flyover.
That is a random tidbit. How many climbing events have you seen? I've seen the bouldering, which they
I've
had
only
4
seen the
separate tracks, and like each person would do it, but they wouldn't do it in a row. They'd do it and then go rest and come back and do the other one.
I haven't seen
That was
much.
pretty impressive. The world's number one is a 17-year-old Japanese guy, just dominating each one of them.
So I guess I'm happy you're saying this because now I know to watch it because I haven't seen it. So that'll be.
Yeah,
I only
Piper
saw a
Hill.
little bit of the like wall climbing type.
Depends on the camera angle, because if they're just back and they show like you could see the wall of all 4, you can't tell the angles very well. So like, how could he possibly have fallen? Like you're in a, then when they get close and to the side, it's like, okay, this is like that, and they're up underneath it. But yeah, that's pretty good.
I will say that watching surfing is not as exciting as I thought it would be. It's better to watch the replay because if you just sit there and watch it, they're just sitting there waiting on a wave, waiting. There's a lot of waiting. So if you haven't tuned in yet, just go to the highlights. If you have Peacock, you can go to highlights for everything, which is nice.
Yeah, and if you're Peacock or NBC and you were part of this Snoop Dogg, I applaud you. I think your next challenge is, for instance, I'm watching field hockey, India versus Great Britain. It's going to overtime, and you have experts who are your announcers. And they're giving me all the data in the world about both teams and how awesome they are, and they can bend over at this angle, whatever. But not one of them thought to say what the rules of overtime were.
Yeah.
And to my delight, it was a shootout. Shootout with field hockey, and it wasn't like a soccer shot where you had to stand still and go. It was like a hockey thing where you come from the blue line and you get to go move around with your feet and turn your back to the. There's no time limit or something. They turn their back and they fake with. And it's like, is this guy gonna shoot? This can't possibly be legal. And then he like wraps it around the goalie and it's a goal. And the whole time I'm thinking, how could they not have explained, like, they didn't say that 5 shots, 10 shots. I had no clue again.
Yeah.
The overtime might end.
One thing we've talked about with the way technology is, you'd think they could have like a little app type thing like on the screen where I could take my my remote and go click on it and have expand out some info. Like I click on the country, it tells me all the people who are playing, or I click on field hockey and it tells me the rules, or
you click on this little face of Kruep in the corner, you hit Kruep's corner, and then he pops up full screen and says, the overtime rules are this. 5 shots versus 5 shots.
Exactly.
And then it goes away.
And you might have seen my tweet where I was recommending in the opening ceremony, as the countries are coming in, pop a globe up. Show us where these countries are. We don't know where all these countries are. I'm not that smart.
They used to do it. I think being on the river the way it was, it threw them off. Because they were also coming like 3 on a boat, and so they
a couple of countries had
3. I just thought it'd be cool. They could show like, here's Paris, and put a little plane, like, and if you wanted to go to Botswana, you would get in a plane. It would take you 18 hours. Yes. And they could even give us some trivia about the country, like Botswana exports
you got any
bananas.
trivia tonight?
And what's that?
Jeb, do you have any trivia for us?
A modern pentathlon was my trivia.
That was good.
But
I want to know what athletics is. I mean, yes, it's some sort of track, but like that's pretty vague.
well, so right. So in the modern pentathlon, there's five. It's made up of 4 events combined into 5 sports. So first they do riding with a slow jump course on an unfamiliar horse that the athlete must allocate to draw 20 minutes before they compete.
Unfamiliar horse, that's key.
So they do that first. Then they fence. Then they swim. It's a 200-meter freestyle swim, right? And then after that, they're like basically seeded. So like, okay, Billy did so good. Liz is here. I'm here. So the final event is running and shooting. The athletes part is they basically they do a course with shooting. So they have to run through, get their breath down, and
Okay,
so that they
I've
can
seen
control their
that part.
gun.
I've seen that.
And so that it's like delayed. So like Bill gets like a 4-second head start on Liz, and Liz gets a 7-second head start on me, and that's how they race to the end.
That's cool. It's different.
I'm watching bouldering, fencing, bouldering. And if you don't have the YouTube TV, is a plug for them. You can hit me up at wherever, and I'll be a YouTube TV person. 3 screens, 4 screens, same TV. You don't even have to do it. It just shows you different events. Okay. It's like Jeb's house in 1997 with 4 different TVs stacked on top of each other.
When you had
fencing is, to me, is the least like what it would be in real life than any other thing. You've got a whip antenna that's flimsy, and they stand back. Have you watched it? They take a couple steps,
A little bit.
and then it's almost like all these young kids, and they complain to the umpires right away, and they hit you, then they go, I got him, and it's like, then they go to the replay, like, oh, yep, you got him 1 millisecond before he stabbed you, but there's no risk in getting stabbed with a sword, so of course I could probably be pretty good. I'm not gonna die. I'll just go out and try to stab you or try to hit you.
Yeah.
And it's very,
that does.
And I'm like watching bouldering, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the Pyrenees are over there, or some mountain, the Alps. Like, can we not climb a real mountain? Instead, they have a fake, plastic wall where when they fall 15 feet.
Like with surfing, they went to a special spot. Why not do it with bouldering, mountaineering?
You can climb real fast. You've got no risk. You fall and you're going to land on a pad. Like,
okay, so
it's odd to me. It's like it's completely not.
Has fencing always been like that, or did they change it at some point? Like people were getting hurt with the swords.
I don't know if they had a pokey sword that they were doing in competition, but it didn't always. They have like this vest.
I don't remember it.
Like is digital where it knows when it gets touched.
Yeah,
but I don't know
because I don't remember that whip type. Yeah. But
Notre Dame dominates fencing. They're like they win the national championship all the time. They're winning it in the Olympics.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Did you know there's a 4x4 mixed relay?
What do you mean by mixed?
2 guys and 2 girls run the 4x4, and the USA just smashed the world record by a full second. Oh, wow. And they won. I mean, it was insane.
They smashed it in the semifinals.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was in the semifinals. I didn't see the finals then, so I don't know. But I didn't even know they had a mixed relay.
They did it in
that was pretty cool.
Too, and you swam different strokes. So it's 2 men, 2 women, and then you had to pick who swam what stroke.
Oh, so like someone does a butterfly, someone does a freestyle.
Cool. Speaking of swimming, we'd be remiss. Is it remiss if we did not mention Ledecky, who completely dominated and has the most medals? She won a race by half a pool length. I don't know.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, there's that meme where it's like you see her and you don't see any of the other swimmers because she's so far ahead. It's like she just dominates.
Did you see the swimmers in the river?
Yes. And I was wondering because like literally 2 days before they're like, this is entirely too polluted. and then they're getting in.
Yeah,
I don't know how I would feel about that.
Someone cornered the guy taking the test and said, "It's gonna pass today, or you're done." And he's like, "Yep, it's clear today. There was a lot of rain, big flow. You can get in there."
Definitely clean now. Definitely clean.
Hence the reason none of our kids are going to enter the 2032 slalom kayaking event because they would have to train in the river.
Yeah, there you go. But
That's true.
I was thinking when I saw that, the race that I saw was like a triathlon. It was a swimming part of it. But why couldn't they just put a rope across a certain segment of the river and have the 100 meters there? It's always in a pool. We had this talk before. Like,
Yeah, right.
what,
Oh,
you have a swimming event in a lake, like I don't know, Lake Geneva.
Well, that's a different kind of
Lake
swimming.
scenery.
They're not training to swim in waves. That's not. But I would like that. That would. We did talk about this. The natural Olympics.
There you go. That's what I want to see.
I think that would be
Get the
well
out
received.
there with a lion or something. Swim in the ocean or a lake. Climb a real mountain.
All right, we got.
I agree.
4 or 5 days left of the Olympics. So far, what's your number one memory?
I gotta say though, I mean, the 100. It's just so good. It's just so good so far. It's hard to beat that. I don't know. What do you guys say?
What do you got, Jeb? I'm thinking.
So, I got the USA women's rugby team beating Australia for the bronze medal
to the house.
She went 139 meters. How far she ran, but she dipped out to win it at the buzzer as time expired.
Oh, that's pretty hype. That's pretty hype.
That's pretty good right there.
I don't know. There's been such good stories. I mean, there's been a lot of good stories. I will say, I feel like I need to watch more of the unusual sport. Like I'm watching stuff that I kind of watch all the time. I need to branch out. So I'm branching out between now and the end of the week.
I would say that I did branch out because I watched just whatever was on and didn't really seek certain things out. And I saw all kinds of sports I didn't know or don't think should be in the Olympics, but I watched them.
How about the 11-year-old Chinese girl skateboarding? 11 years old.
That is wild. I thought it was crazy that because when I was watching, the ones I did watch were Americans and they were all like 16. And I'm like, they're 16.
There was a guy,
11.
There was a girl from Buchanan, Michigan that was in the BMX. She ended up in 8th. I don't know. I can't think of her name. But
Ooh, I do like the BMX. The BMX is fun to watch. That would have been a good one.
I'd say the most memorable thing is the surfer who jumps off, hits a 9.9 and jumps off, and they take an amazing picture of him doing like this 18 feet in the air or whatever it was.
I mean, that was a good moment.
Gonna be locked in there for a while.
All right. Well, here's there being no sit-ins, controversies where the boxer has to sit in the ring for 24 hours in protest. Let's hope it just finishes with a bang here for the closing ceremonies. And
I just want to see breakdancing, and we better win men's basketball and not have any single losses. Otherwise,
I am looking forward to that water polo. Yeah, we're going to branch out. I'm going to watch some weird stuff, I guess, maybe tomorrow. Okay, don't talk about it. Be about it.
Stay weird. Keep dominating.